All right, how about this, Justin? Let's confirm this right now. Done deal today from Justin to Cully, episode 1. How about that?
I like it.
All right, July 23rd. It's Friday. We're heading into the weekend. We headed in there with Ryan Whitney himself. I know everybody online had some fun over the fact that I'm a big Whitney guy, all right? And hopefully, was that proven out today? I didn't slob his knob today. What are you talking about? Stop thinking about it. There was fine. It was a normal guest interaction, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, Whitney was in here, and great show today. A lot of laughs between those two. Have great chemistry. What's your overall take on Whitney today? And then we'll dive into some of the issues.
My biggest takeaway is that he is a fan of the Kirk Minahan show.
Oh yeah,
he's like, he listens. I want to say almost every day. He mentioned many times, like he brought up like things that I did in the previous weeks. He was talking about, Kirk yelling at me for the mini golf thing. I believe at one point he even mentioned like Kirk's days off. He kept checking for new shows and things like that. So no, my biggest takeaway is that Ryan Whitney is a Mina fan.
Well, we know who Ryan Whitney likes, which is the two guys talking. So win for us. But we also know who he doesn't like at the moment. Let's take a peek back at the show today because he is not a big fan right now of Steve Robinson's.
But he's a great guy. I've gotten to know him a little bit, and I'm telling you right now, the show's way better with him. You're fucking crazy to think it's not as good. It's way better with him. I'm a Cullinade guy.
Don't go for it, Whit.
You like Steve.
Hey, yeah. I mean, I didn't know Steve. I met him the one time here.
Yeah.
I didn't know, but the show's better.
I think the show's worse.
The show's better. You're fucking nuts.
It's not there.
I am
It's
nuts.
not there.
I am.
Yeah, I mean, you can hear it right there. He's just. It sounds like if he was in Kirk's situation, he would have like gone scorched earth with Steve.
Yes, but I wonder. I think there's more to the story. Not that Kirk's holding anything back, but I don't know. Maybe Whit is. I didn't get the vibe even listening these entire weeks, and even when Steve was gone, when I wasn't here, I didn't get the vibe that they didn't kind of work past some of those issues that came up on the show. Whether it was the partner thing, whether it was finances, it seemed like Kirk moved on pretty quickly. Steve was a major part in building this show. And Kirk is clearly not going to forget that. So there's no reason to hold any grudge if you're Kirk, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree with that. I don't think Kirk holds a grudge to Steve. Like he said, I mean, it could all change if, Steve ended up having a job, tomorrow that was lined up and he wanted to take a break. But yeah, no, I just think Ryan Whitney wanted to come in with an anti-Steve. I mean, the first thing he says is like, this show has been so great ever since Dave Cullinane came in. It's been
which
so
I don't
much fun.
I don't agree that it's better than it was. Like it's still getting there. They're still working out kinks, whether it's being comfortable on my end, whatever. But it's not. I mean, there are some classic moments on this fucking show that have transpired in the last 2 years, and so I like where the show's at, but I just always think there's room for improvement. And so I don't know. Whit's just throwing bombs out there. That's probably his. That's his style, right? He just comes in there, throw it out there, and see what happens.
No, I legitimately think he thinks that the show has been better with you on it.
Okay.
When I just think I don't think he liked Steve talking about politics, and I mean, you have not hit on a single political thing since you've been on the show.
No, we have not. So, yeah, I guess either way, I mean, if he's a Cullinane guy, I'll welcome him to the clan, all right? So everyone stop tweeting me about how much I suck off Ryan Whitney. It's apparent today that Ryan Whitney is a Cullinane guy, and he's going all in on me. So maybe it's been the opposite the whole time, and you dummies were tricked.
I think at 11:30 he was a Cullinane guy. I think if you ask him right now, it might be a different answer.
Yeah, because I turtled on a couple things, I guess. I don't know. But he was great today. So some of the issues that they touched on, we'll keep it kind of in the Barstool world. Both of them just basically a bad look on Deion Sanders' part with the video, because we've been gone for a few days, so we didn't get to touch on the Deion topic when it was fresh and timely. But those two guys, they commented on it on the same page. Clearly, I took a beating over that quick, but that was one of the topics. What was your takeaway from their discussion there?
Yeah, I agree with them. I mean, you should be able to, if you're a coach of a public university, people should be able to call you whatever the fuck they want. I mean, it's a simple thing. He called you Dion. It's your legal first name. I'm sure if he called him Prime, he would have been fine with that. I just think it was him just big time. And I did think Whitney made a good point though. Like what was happening in the minutes, hours before that? Like I'm sure there must have been something that like
in the video though, he looks pretty calm, cool, collected before the questions are asked. So you're right. Like maybe something else was going on. But I don't know. I just think he snapped. He's got that ego attached to him, right? And like if you want to be called coach, doesn't matter who the fuck's going to say it. You're just going to snap in that moment. If he's in football zone and that's what he wants, if that's how he wants people to speak to him. So I don't know. I feel like I really would call him coach in that position. And it taught me to like stop being a little bitch, I guess, listening to these two talk about it. Like, I'm a fucking grown man. I can call him whatever the fuck I want in that moment.
Yeah. And I mean, good on the reporter for just being like, okay, Dion, like just not giving a fuck.
Yes. So some of the other topics that we hit on quickly today, first of all, actually, before Whit even came on, we tried to call Julie Dicaro's attorney, and I don't know if on the last wrap-up show that we did, I don't know if we talked about it, but I've put on a lot of research into this attorney. I know Kirk has. The only thing you can find out about this attorney is that she's also a producer of whether it be short films or she has some acting credits and things like that, but she's a lawyer as well. So the first thing when Kirk and I were texting about something the other day, as I said, like, this seems to be a Julie Dicaro hired friend suing Barstool Sports, not a Penguin Publishing suing on behalf of Julie Dicaro, right? So it's kind of changed in the last, I don't know, let's call it 72 hours, where we thought Penguin was suing. No, it's Julie Dicaro, it seems. We don't have that information to confirm it, but that's what we were trying to get today.
Julie Dicaro is the gift that just keeps on giving. The fact that it might just be her hiring a friend to do this frivolous lawsuit, of whom I'm sure, you know, the lawyer and her just thought Barstool would settle and be like, oh, we don't want this going out, and just not understanding Barstool at all.
At all. Well, let's go back to it. We'll play the cut right here where we tried to give her a call, and unfortunately, you'll see what happens.
Yeah, she's got her sunglasses down in the picture. It's kind of like Penny Marshall wore them for the last 20 years of her life. It's very odd.
Hello?
Hi, may I speak to Ann?
Yeah, this is Ann.
Ann, you're live to tape. This is Kirk Minahan. How are you? I mean, what? I don't understand.
I wasn't expecting that.
I don't understand.
No.
It's incredible that she won't want to join and talk about this. You know Kirk's just going to ask her just like, hey, so what is he? I just think he wants to understand what's going on. He just wants to know, is it a Penguin lawsuit? Is it a Dicaro lawsuit? What is it? Because as we know, I don't think it was mentioned on the show today, but she did make her Twitter account private. I'm not sure if it's still private.
We did talk about it on the show today. Yeah.
She does it every like couple months, and then she comes out in like 24 to 48 hours. So give her until Sunday.
Well, if it wasn't for her job, she wouldn't be involved in Twitter at all, she keeps saying, right?
Very true.
Yeah,
very
she needs to get out of it. So, well, that was an interesting portion of the show today, of course. And then some of the other things that we hit on today actually was the Gerry thing, right? I almost forgot about the Gerry thing. So yeah, I had gotten actually a tweet by a Minifan. I'm trying to, I wish I could give him credit. I'm blanking on it. But yesterday, apparently, Curtis on the Greg Hill show did a little like kind of angry Boston voice that they didn't come up with a name for it. They didn't do anything for it. So I went back and listened, and I couldn't necessarily attribute it to mocking Gerry, even though there was some kind of Gerry tone to the voice. Let's put it that way. This morning, we got tipped off. Kirk texted me that somebody heard audio where they finally put the name to the voice, and they called it, is it America Gerry or Gerry America? Gerry America, and it was Chris Curtis. We'll play you that cut right now.
We know one person who's very upset with that, and that is Curtis's Mr. America guy. Do we have a name for that
Yeah, we got to
character?
name him.
When you do,
My name's Gerry. Gerry America.
Oh, Gerry America? That's the guy's name? Okay,
Finally
all
get
right.
some nuts on this show.
Gerry America.
This place hasn't had balls in a couple of years.
That's actually a pretty good name, though.
I know. It's
Yeah.
a good name. Gerry America.
I
All
like
right,
it.
That'll be Curtis's American Hardo character. That
And
he
that's
does.
Mr. Gerry America to you, Wiggy.
Okay.
So I came in and Kirk's first reaction was like, what's Gerry going to say? And my first reaction was actually like, I was kind of shocked that the show mentioned Gerry by name. I thought they were kind of scared to do that. But listen, I mean, it's Gerry's fight right there. Like, it's Gerry to fight back. But if that were Kirk, like, that would be scorched earth time.
Yeah, I think they kind of realized, WEEI, is that Gerry's not going to fight back. Like Kirk said, I think Gerry might have forgotten the definition of the word revenge. He really hasn't gone after EEI all that much in his 2 years. And, you know, he'll hit on it every now and then. But like I said, if this was Kirk, this would be scorched earth. But I just think Gerry's too much of a pussy to do anything about it.
I don't know if Gerry so much as holds back, so I'm not trying to give that impression, because when something does come up, he'll talk about it. The problem is, like, Gerry is very in the moment, right? So this happened this morning. He won't be on the air till Monday. It's like 3 days have gone by. He might have all these stories, and he might be in his brain. He's thinking like, oh, let me talk about the timely news topic because something like EEI does not come up every day for him as it does with Kirk. Like somehow there's a tweet or somehow there's a mention that Kirk could react to with WEEI every day. That doesn't seem to happen with Gerry, and maybe that is because he doesn't bring it up enough. So I think those are all fair arguments. But I think, if not a lot's going on Monday, I think we can expect Gerry to say something. I don't think we'll see a full-fledged war, obviously. Even in the worst moments when I was with Gerry, there was, I mean,
Jerry's not built for war.
I mean, we didn't I clipped them and I put them out there, but nothing really came of it, right? It's not the biggest following on social in the world to drive this momentum. So it's just a different situation. So we'll have to pay attention Monday to see if Gerry reacts.
Yeah, we'll see how he does.
So that's about it. That's all the topics for today. Ryan Whitney, of course, our biggest takeaway was that, and we titled it this way. So good job, Justin, with the idea for the title. Ryan Whitney confirmed Minahan, maybe not. I mean, Minifan,
yep.
Maybe not even Minifan. Maybe diehard Minifan.
Yeah.
He was in the weeds with some of this stuff. He knew stuff about you and reading the Julie Dicaro book, not just because it's timely. I think he's all in.
Yeah, no, I mean that's my biggest takeaway is that, if he was not on the Spit and Chicklets podcast, I think we'd see him up in Saco.
Yes. So hopefully, as they discussed on the show, it looks like he's going to be a once a quarter guy. So that'd be good to get him in
I
here.
like that.
Yeah, that's a good amount of time. Great guy. That was fun. It seemed like Kirk had a blast hanging out with him. So that's about it. I guess this will come out tonight, and then I think we're going to do another. I think Thursday is going to be the watch along day, even though Kirk seemed out on it. By the way.
Yeah, I thought I think if he jumped in on the two, the one phone call about me where the guy was like, "You've just been doing a great job."
Yeah.
And it's like,
Well, that was all
we're trying to do a
three.
watch along here.
Yeah, all three were just kiss ass calls, but they gotta break it up. You don't want to just do a watch along and watch us shake our fucking heads. So we stopped. We talked about the chat. We took some phone calls. I don't know. I think that's a good interactive thing to do to keep the fan base engaged if they want it. And you know what? It was 40 minutes early in the morning for us, which I think is fine. So we'll do that again on Thursday unless Kirk says otherwise. But until then, I think we'll talk to you Monday.
Bye.